Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we have to cover with the day 5 in our SQL series part. So for the first 4 videos, day till day 1 to day 4, huge response from the audience. So thank you for your response. Uh, Good content I'm delivering this one. So day 5 we will cover as mainly mathematical functions, case statement, COALESCE, cast, and replace. So these functions will cover as in day 5. So in real time, the scenarios case is most important, and COALESCE also most important function. And regarding the cast, so cast also will use in real time most of the scenarios, but depending on the database, it will change. For example, if you are using with PostgreSQL, we'll use with extract. So in SQL Server, we are using with cast like this. And replace, everywhere we have to use. So replace. Okay. So let's look into the tables. What are all the tables we have to require? So I have created with some tables. So payment table, bookings, and ticket sales, and flights. So these tables I have created for this video. Uh, I will share this entire code in the video description. You have to check it. Sometimes the video description is not lengthy, is not supporting, then I will share the Google Drive link. Okay. Okay, right. Next, we'll look into the content. So first of all, mathematical functions and operators we have covered. So in this part, calculate sum and perform arithmetic operations. So we had to perform first of all some arithmetic operations. So these arithmetic operations called as mainly here I am using with the bookings table. So here I have the columns called as booking ID, total amount, and book date. So if you look into these arithmetic operations like select, I'm using sum of total amount. Sum of total amount. For example, I'll if I write with select sum of total amount. Okay, let's write the from statement from bookings. If I execute this part, I'll get the sum of total amount. I'm getting 1,30,000, right? So similarly, if I want double amount, for example, 1,30,000 goes to double amount. So how I'll do? So just multiplies with 2 as double amount, or else double total. Okay. Similarly, I will write as sum of total amount as plus 1. Plus 1 called as, so whatever the total amount is 1,30,000. So plus 1, it will as 1 as incremented total. Just I'm giving the alias name something for understanding purpose only. And next to sum of total amount divided by sum of total amount. So how I'll get? I will get the same thing. So we'll get 1. Okay. So 1 multiplies 100. We'll get the percentage as percentage total. Okay. So if I execute this part, so I'm getting double total. So earlier 1,30,000, it is doubling to 2,60,000. And incremented total is plus 1 now. Only adding with plus 1, 1,30,000. So here in double total, I am multiplying with 2. Next to so this modulo operation is so sum of total amount divided by sum of total amount multiplies 100. We are getting the percentage 100. Okay. So this is one example. And let's look into the case statement. So case is mainly case statement examples using case to categorize the payment amounts. So categorize the payment amounts. So here I will consider as payment table. Select from payment table. Okay, star. So select a star from payment table. I have the payment ID and amount is there. So in this mainly amount we have to categorize. Okay, so by using case statement, let's find this one. So I'm removing the star. First I will write as amount, comma, case when amount less than 2, then low amount, comma, when amount less than 5, then consider as medium, comma, oh, sorry, comma not required here. Yes, slowly. Okay. When so low, medium, and else high amount, else high amount, and as amount category. Okay. So if you look into this case statement, first I am writing the case when amount great less than 2, then low amount. When amount less than 5, then medium amount. Else high amount, and as amount category. So we'll create the column called as the amount category. Let's execute this part. Okay. So if you look into the output, so amount 1.50, so less than 2, low amount. Less than 5, 4.75, medium. 6 is high. 2.25, medium. 3, medium. Okay. So this is one example for case statement. And we'll look into case statement with some like string operations. So string operations here I will consider as one more table called as select star from bookings. Let's look into the table. So booking ID, total amount, and book date. So here we'll try to write as the case statement for like based on the weekdays. Okay. Okay. Let's first to try with select total amount. First I will write total amount, comma, EOTAL AMOUN. Correct. Okay. So date name of weekday, comma, book date as weekday from bookings. First we'll look into the a weekday, how it will show. Then we'll look into the table case statement. So if you look into this date name, here I am using with the date name function weekday, comma, book date. So book date is the column name, weekday I want weekdays. So Monday to Friday. Okay, weekdays. So let's do better. Here one more column we'll consider here. Book date, right? Okay, total amount, comma, book date, comma. Now we'll get the clarity. Okay. So total amount, I'm getting the book date and weekday. So for example, this date is Tuesday, Monday, Thursday. Okay. So like this, we are getting with the weekdays. Now I'm removing this book date. So this one not required, just for understanding purpose I have added. Now I will try to write as so case when. Now I know this part. So this entire thing I know. Okay. Already we get the weekday. Okay. So when this one equals to this one means when date name weekday of book date equals to Monday, then like Monday special. Okay. Next, when again I will copy with one more condition will write as or else direct will write as total amount condition. Total amount less than 30,000, then special deal, else no special. Okay. And as deal category. Okay. I hope query is fine right now. So let's look into case statement again. So when date name of weekday book date equals to Monday. So like if date name this function will equals to Monday, then Monday special. Like here, if you check with these two rows, so these three rows, Monday special. Okay. And total amount less than 30,000. So for example, in this case, Thursday, total amount is 28,000 only. So in this case, special deal, else no special, and as deal category. Let's execute this part. Okay. So first Monday. So Monday is Monday special. So these three rows we are getting the Monday special. Next to Tuesday is the total amount is 25,000 less than 30K special deal, less than 30K special deal. Okay. So next one we'll move to the other scenario called as the COALESCE. So what COALESCE function? Basically this COALESCE function using the to return the first non-null value. Okay. So let's look into the here bookings table only. I will consider here also. So for example, here I have the bookings table, and if I consider, let's say for example, if any null values are available, so those null values will convert to 0. Okay, how will write? So in this case I have no null values, but I'll show just the query. Okay, select booking ID comma COALS equals null comma total amount comma 0 as amount check. Okay. From is bookings. Okay. Now if I execute this one, I am getting the same output, but in my scenario there is no null values. Okay. So you try with your end, you had to add some null values, how the output is going. Okay. So the output is COALESCE function is to return the in place of null to return the total amount is 0. Okay. So this is the way we'll try to ask the COALESCE function. And same thing, COALESCE function will try to write as some flights table I am considering here. So if you look into this, the flights table. So in this flights table, the basic usage called as, so for example, I have actual arrival, scheduled arrival is there. Okay. If sometimes actual arrival, scheduled arrival. Okay. So any one null value is there. So at the time we will get with null values, right? So at the time we will get the any scheduled arrival or actual arrival we will get. So how will write? For example, I will write as select COALESCE COALESCE. Now I will write as this okay, actual arrival, comma scheduled arrival as arrival time from flights. So if any null values is there, it will get by default arrival time. Any one it will pick if any null value is there in the either in actual arrival or scheduled arrival. Okay. So this is the arrival time, and we'll use with the default value. So for example, if any no null values, but we want only default value sometimes. So how we'll write the default value? For example, if I use the same query, I have the actual arrival is there, but scheduled arrival, it will look as something 1985 08 11 00 00 00. So if I use with like the value, if I execute this part, if no actual arrival, by default I will get with this number. If there is no actual arrival, if actual arrival is available, I will get the same number. Okay. So this is the way we'll try to write as the this one COALESCE. So next thing we'll move into cast function. So cast is mainly to change the data types. So to move from one data type to another data type by using with the cast. So how we'll move the one data type to another data type called as, so I'll copy use with select star from bookings. Okay, if I execute here, I have booking ID, total amount, book date. Okay, now I will try to change some booking ID, comma, cost of for example, I have the book date is the date part. Okay, like here book date is actually date and time. So I want move to date part. Okay, so like book date as date as booking date, the rename column, comma, cost of total amount as varchar. So here, if you look into this, total amount is a decimal part. Okay, so this decimal moves to varchar as amount text from bookings. So if I execute this part, I am getting amount text as varchar, and you will check with the date part. So earlier I have the date, time is there. So time is I'm not considering with the time. So this way we'll try to move the one data type to another data type. So let's look into another scenario. that is casting to a different data type. So different data type called as, so for example, if you use with select a star from flights example. So in this flights example, scheduled arrival. So scheduled arrival is date and time is there. So this date and time will move to varchar. How it will look? Let's find this one. Here, select cast scheduled scheduled. Okay, arrival as varchar of, for example, 50. I am giving the varchar and close this one as arrival string. Arrival string from flights. Next, if I execute this part, so see now arrival string is showing as so varchar. So earlier it is showing as so some time difference, right? If you look into this one, date and time is showing. Now it is converting to, after changing the varchar, so Jan 15 2024 8 a.m. Okay, like characters are showing. Next, one more example called as so casting to a date. So this casting to a date called as so, for example, in scheduled arrival, I have date and time is there. For example, this one I will change to date part. So same thing. Let's copy and scheduled arrival as well. We'll change this to date. Okay, and this one arrival date. If I execute this part, I'm getting the only date part. So earlier date and time is there. So that is moving. Next we'll goes to replace function. So replace function is mainly using replace to modify the text in a string. Okay. So just we have to replace something, something called as, for example, text. Text is there. So text is replacing to number, or number is replacing to text, like that. Okay. So let's look into the example. For example, here select star from bookings. So for this bookings table, I have this one, like total amount is 0.00. For example, in place of 0, I will replace to O, like text. Okay. So let's see how it is looks like. Select booking ID, comma, replace. Okay. So in this replace, first, for example, I am replacing 0 to character. So first we'll change with the cast of total amount as varchar. Okay. So up to this one, fine. So now we are converting the first character, then the number is replacing to text. So now I will write as like 0, comma, O. Okay. Now from part missing, from bookings. So if I execute this one, see here, similar way, zeros is replacing to the character. Okay. Next, one more example, we'll look into this one, replacing text in a column. So how we'll replace the text in replacing? For example, in this one, I'm using with select star from flights. So in this flights table, I have the text called as the flight number. Okay. So let's replace the some flight numbers. So for example, BA. So BA2 will change to some other code. Okay. Right here, we'll write here, select replace uh, flight number, comma, will replace BA. So for example, London, BA. So I'm replacing BA to London, LO. We'll give LO, okay, as modified flight number from flights. If I execute this part, replace, see here, earlier thing is BO is there. Okay, I will get the same column here, flight number, comma. Now we'll see the two columns, how it looks like. See, earlier thing is BA. So I'm replacing to LO. Okay. Next thing, we'll remove the text. So removing text is like removing text. Example, yeah. For example, same thing will take. So BA. So I will remove the text. So from BA part, just empty will give. Okay. So if I give same thing, same example. So replace flight number BA, and here I am giving LO in place of just empty. Okay. So if I execute this same thing, see 202. In place of BA, I'm not getting anything. Okay. So that is the one example. Next thing, we'll look into the one challenges. So based on the above part, we'll write as some challenges. So the challenges are mainly first challenge one, calculating the rental rate to replacement cost ratio. So rental rate to replacement cost ratio. So the scenario is this one. Create a list of films where the rental rate is less than 19% of the replacement cost, including the film ID and the calculated percentage rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, so we'll get the result as rental rate is 19% of the replacement cost. So first we'll write as, so select rental rate if we execute film part, I will get this one, right? So now I will write as rental rate, comma, replacement cost, replacement cost, comma. Now here I will try to get with the film ID, comma. Now we'll get the percentage. So percentage called as rental rate divided by replacement cost. This one will put the braces here. multiplies 100, and we'll write the round function here. Round off, comma, to close as rental to cost ratio from film. Okay, here rental to cost ratio. Okay. Any mistakes? So rental rate is AL. Copy and replace. Okay. Now if I execute this part, I'll get the rental cost ratio. Cost ratio is 18 point something. Okay. So our intention is rate is less than 19%. So next thing, where filter, where this entire thing, rental rate, this part less than 19. So 19 called as we'll write as so 0.19. Okay. So 0.19. If I execute this part, I will get the less than 19. Okay. So these are all less than 19. So here how I have written, so only this function. Okay. Rental rate, rental to cost ratio. Okay. So let's look into the second challenge. Second challenge is categorizing and counting the ticket sales. So determine how many tickets fall into three categories: low price, mid price, and high price. So this one we'll try to get with the case statement. Specifically find out how many high price tickets have been sold. Let's find the this one. We'll try to get with the table name called as so ticket sales. Select to star from ticket sales. Okay, so the ticket sales, this one. So in this one, the question is how many fall into three categories: low price, mid price, and high price. So this total amount we had to categorize. Okay, so let's write with this one, select. So here first we'll write with the case statement. Case when total amount less than 20,000, then 1, else 0, end. So why I have written 1 else 0 called as so here we have count how many tickets fall into three categories. So we have to take the count here total amount. Okay. So we have to find the count. So after this one, I'll do sum of this one, this entire thing. Up to this one, I'll do sum of as low price, or else I'll copy the board name. Okay, as low price, comma, same thing. We'll try to get with the same thing, copy and paste. So this one will get the mid price, and the total amount is will change. So this one will consider as so between 20,000 and till the range will go 1,50,000. Okay. Next, one more thing we'll write as high price So high price will write as more than this total amount greater than or equal to this one from table name ticket sales. Okay. So yeah, errors are going. So now I will execute this. So I am getting the count of this. So low price 5, mid range is 4, and high price is 3. Okay. So this way you have to write with the categorizing the and counting the ticket sales. Let's look into challenge 3, counting flights by season. So season called as, so count the number of flights that have departed in each session, winter, spring, summer, and fall. So if we check with the flights, so these are all the flights, but we have to find the season. So how we'll get the season? So the season is like we know the months. Okay. So based on the months, we have to find the whether it is winter or spring or summer or fall. Okay. Now select. So this one also looks above query. First I will write as case when month of, first I will get the month. Okay. So month from which column I have the departure date is there. So from the departure date, I will get the month. So departure date. Okay. So month of departure date in, so in which the, which is the specified range. Like for example, we'll consider as December, Jan, and Feb, like winter. So 12 comma 1 comma 2. Okay. Then 1, else 0, and so this one we know up to this part. So this entire thing we had to count to sum of how many, right? Sum of this one. So this one will call as winter flights, comma. Same thing we'll write as other parameters. So other parameters called as, for example, we'll take as spring. So for the spring, next to 3 months. So that is 3, 4, 5. Next to other categories, same thing. So this one will call as summer. So summer will call 6, 7, 8, 6 comma 7 comma 8, and other 3. So this one, the last category called as fall. So here 9 comma 10 comma 11. Okay. Next to from table. So from table called as the flights. So if I get this one, so winter flights, spring flights, summer flights, and fall flights. Okay. So this way we will get the count, the number of flights departed in each season. And last thing, last query, creating a tier list and films. Tier list. So tier called as, so mainly here they're asking some tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay. Assign films to tiers based on specific criteria. If a film can be in multiple tiers, it should be assigned to the highest tier. So here we are considering the table name called as the film. Select star from film. If I execute this part, so here we'll consider as films to be tiers based on specific criteria. Okay. So let's try with this one. Select film ID, comma, title, comma, case statement will write next one, case when, for example, rating will consider when rating in PG, comma, PG 13, okay, or length of, so length is greater than 210. So length called as, so here this one, these parameters we are considering. So if greater than 210, then we'll consider as so great rating or long tier 1, or else this entire things will give tier 1 and tier 2. Simple thing. Tier 1. Next, when description like uh, like drama percent colon and length of greater than 90, then tier 2. Next, when rental rate less than 1, then we'll call as so tier 3. Okay, and when description like drama and length less than or equals to 90, then this one will give as tier or else we'll do one thing, we'll replace this one to here, this one. So this one will give us tier 3 and this one will give us tier 4. Okay, from else part will write else not recognized. Okay, and as entire thing is tier from part is film. Okay, now description. Okay, now if I execute this part, I will get the tier 1, tier 2. Okay, now we have to filter. So this one we have to filter something. Okay, or else this one also fine. Assign films to tier based on specific criteria. If a film can be multiple tiers, it should be assigned to the highest tier. So highest tier we have to assign. So the same thing we have to apply with where rating in. So in the rating part, I'll give this one entire. Okay, our length, this one length is our description like drama and up to this one. We'll put the R open brace, this one, or again this one. Just filtering this one. Okay. Next one more is R rental rate less than 1. Okay. Now we'll execute this part, entire thing. Okay. So this is the question is, it should be assigned to the highest tier. So highest tier called as, this is the tier 1. So these titles are called as the tier 1 movies. Okay. I hope this is the lengthy video. So because of I have added some challenges. So otherwise it should be very less only. Okay. So 4 challenges added. So these 4 challenges are taking some time. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you like the content, please share to your friends if you like. Thank you. Thank you for watching.